Good morning.
Yeah. Carly, good morning. Kathy, Mom, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to see you all.
You
Good
too.
to see you.
Yeah. So know if you ever need a break and you need to come in this space, you are more than welcome. And
Oh,
I love seeing all of you here too. I just got a new, speaking of humor, I just got a HEPA filter for the yoga studio. I have no idea how that's going to work. I hope it's not going to sound like a freight train. But I want to name her. So we're going to do a little naming contest. But I have a thought already too. So we'll see. Hopefully that'll be one more layer of keeping folks safe. How's everybody feeling this autumn? Definitely autumn Tuesday morning.
back, low back.
Loving on the low back. You got it. Anything else we want to tend to or anything else we want to love on?
Neck a little bit.
Love on the neck. You got it. You're getting thumbs up on that one. Neck, shoulders, low back. Anything else? Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit the mute button. And we'll get started with a little bit of gentle yoga. So, you know what? I actually am going to go and get my strap. You don't need a strap, but I think we will do some strap work today or some leg work today. So if you have like a scarf or a towel or whatever, feel free to have that on hand. I'm going to go get mine. All right. I love all of the cozy settings you all have. You know, it's one of the benefits of a dreary day. We can turn down the lights and maybe light a candle and just kind of settle into a really nice, cozy, gentle yoga practice. It's definitely a great day for that. So find your comfortable seat when you are ready. You can elevate the hips. You can put a little something underneath the knees if you'd like. Whatever would feel good to you here. Feel good in your body. And once the lower half of your body feels nice and supported, start to lengthen through the spine, reaching all the way up through the crown of the head. We'll draw the shoulders up by the ears and relax them back and down. The heart is lifted, shoulders are relaxed. If you'd like, you can go inward by closing the eyes and bringing the hands together at the heart. Otherwise, you could simply gaze at something that is pleasing or neutral to you. And just continue breathing here as you rub the palms together. Feeling some warmth begin to come between the palms and then allow them to separate. Feeling that energy flowing between the hands. We'll take the hands out to the sides. Left palm faces up, right palm faces down. Again, adapting this in any way that works and that feels good in your body. So if you'd like to lay the hands down on the lap, that works too, because we're using our imagination here. And we're imagining that we're stepping into a circle so that everyone who has ever, is, or will ever participate in this practice, no matter where they are in the world, is standing in a circle. Someone's hand is hovering above your left and another's below your right. And we're here in this beautiful community. And we're going to share 6 breaths together today. So deep breath in. As we exhale, grounding on the land on which we sit. Thanking the earth and the many inhabitants that came before us. Next breath in. Honoring and thanking the people of the Indus-Saraswati region who brought us these beautiful practices. Next breath in. Exhaling, honoring our ancestry, all of those who came before us, both known, unknown, and chosen. Next breath in. As we exhale, honoring where we are in this season of our life, in the cycle, the wheel of the year, all of the cycles and seasons that play a part on our lives. Next breath in. Checking in with our bodies, just noticing what they have to say to us today without judgment, without expectation, just listening. And a final collective breath in. Exhaling, grounding in gratitude. That energy of yes, thank you, more please. Sending a little love out to our circle with your next exhale or 2. And then go ahead and bring your hands home to you. Let your hands rest on your belly and rest on your heart. Feel the rhythm of your breath, your heart beating in your chest. And as you tune into the rhythm of your body, I'm going to read a little poem called She Let Go by Sapphire Rose or Sapphire Rose. This poem is about surrender, and surrender has a challenging connotation for many of us, but there's a lot of peace that can come with it. So just tune in here and see what is for you, if there's anything for you in this poem. She let go. She let go without a thought, a word. She let go. She let go of the fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around in her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all of the, quote, right reasons. Wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry, she just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all of the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning and all of the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her day timer. She made no public announcement and put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. So maybe take a nice deep breath in here. Exhaling out the mouth. And as we move through our practice today, perhaps focusing on those exhalations, we can focus on releasing and sitting down and letting go, even if it's just a small worry, and notice how much lighter things get. So from here, we'll rest our hands in our lap. And on our exhale, we'll tuck the chin in towards the chest, stretching out the back of the neck, the top of the shoulders. And just start to very slowly let the head rock from side to side. Give yourself permission to linger in the spaces and the places that are holding on to tightness or tension today. And we'll eventually allow the right ear to come and rest over the right shoulder. Left fingertips stretch towards the earth. And even here, you can just kind of gently move the head and neck, exploring any stretch or sensation that your body is asking you to explore today. If there's any tension in the jaw, you could swallow. Letting go of anything that is unnecessary. And then come back to stillness. We'll draw the head slowly back upright, the hand to center, and just pause for a moment and feel the difference between the two sides. And we'll take the left ear over towards the left shoulder now. Always listening in our bodies. You know your body better than anyone else. Stretching the right hand wide. Breathing here, you might do a little gentle motion. Just loving on that neck. And then bring the head back to center. Bring the hand back to center. Awesome. Let's bring our hands to our collarbones, the bony area right at the base of the neck. On our next inhale, we're going to look up, taking care not to strain the back of the neck. Open the mouth really wide and then pucker the lips as if you're howling at the moon. Stretching out through the front of the throat. Deep breath here. Good, and then point the chin to where the wall and ceiling meet on the right. Lifting the left jaw up towards the sky, we'll open the mouth wide and pucker those lips again. Breathing here. Good, bring the head back to center. And then point the chin to where the wall and ceiling meet on the left. Right jaw lifts up towards the ceiling, mouth opens wide, pucker those lips. Good. Bring the head back to center and the chin parallel to the floor. You can relax the hands down and we'll just make some gentle circles with the nose and go in the opposite direction. And bring the head back to center. Let's level on the shoulders a little bit before we do one more neck thing. So just kind of shake the arms out for a moment. Any kind of tension that might have built up in any way. And then let the hands come and rest on the lap as we breathe in. We'll bring the shoulders up by the ears, take them back and down. And just move here at your own pace. You can do some exaggerated shoulder rolls like my body feels like today, or you can do some little ones. You could take one shoulder and then the next. A little bit of a twisting motion perhaps. Or reverse that direction. You can't do this wrong as long as you're listening to your body. There's no wrong. When you feel finished, you can come back to center, draw the shoulders up by the ears, hold the tension in, maybe hold the breath in just momentarily, and then let it go. Beautiful. Let's go ahead. If the eyes are closed, we can let them flutter open. And without moving the body, we're just going to turn the head gently to the right, only as far as we can without tension, strain, or pain. And just gaze out over that right shoulder or in the vicinity of the right, noticing how far you can turn your head effortlessly. And then bringing the head back to center. We'll bring our right hand to the side of our cheek, and now we'll begin to try turning our head right, but resist that motion with your hand. It's important that we do what we can to keep breathing here, to keep the shoulders relaxed and at ease. Good, and then slowly release your hand down from your face and turn the head to the right. Again, just noticing if you have a little more range of motion than before. Hopefully so. Good, bring your head back to center. And we'll gently turn to the left again without any strain, pain. Noticing how far you can turn the head. And then bring your head back to center. We'll take our left hand to the side of the face and breathe here. So even though we're efforting a little bit, see if you can find the ease in this as well. With the breath, ease in the shoulders. Good, we'll release the hand and turn the head left. Again, just noticing how much more range of motion we have than before, perhaps. Nice. Bring the head back to center. Awesome. Let's remove any supports from the knees. And go ahead and extend the legs out in front of us. Just kind of shake them out, bounce them around a little bit. And if you're taking care of knees or hips today, you might want to keep the legs wide. If knees and hips are feeling good, you could bring the the left foot into the groin and the right foot in front of that. So the left foot in first and the right foot in front of that. Sit up nice and tall. So this can be done legs folded or wide. On your next exhale, go ahead and start to fold forward gently. Pressing your hips down into the earth. Lengthening the spine away from the tailbone. And then go ahead and walk the hands over towards the left a little bit, especially stretching through that right hand as you press your right hip down into the earth, down into the mat. Good. That left hand comes all the way out to the side. Your right hand, as your heart opens up, can either come to your hip or it can stretch out over the ear for a nice side stretch here. Keep pressing that right hip down. So you may even start to feel this a little bit in your right hip. Good. On your next inhale, come back through center. Awesome. Take a moment and just feel the difference between the two sides. And if your legs are wide, you can stay where you are. If they're folded, we're just going to switch. So we'll bring the right foot in first and stack the left foot just in front of that. And this is the side that feels awkward for me. So you're probably going to have one side that feels a little strange. If it feels more than strange, so if you feel some knee twinge or pain, you can take the legs wide. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, start to fold forward over the legs. That's one of the beautiful gifts of yoga. We have all these interesting patterns within our bodies of the way that we do things. And so when we do them the opposite way, our body is like, what are you doing to me? And yoga helps us break down some of those patterns. Hopefully we don't get so stuck in our ways. And go ahead and walk the hands over to the right, especially stretching through that left hand. If you really press that left hip down into the earth, you're going to feel it. Maybe if your hips are tight like mine are, you're going to feel it in the outer hip, maybe in the hip flexor area. And then walk your right hand all the way over to the side. The left hand can come to the hip as you open your heart, or if the shoulder says it's okay, you can reach out over the ear. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. Beautiful. On your next inhale, rise back up through center. Awesome. Let's transition over into tabletop. You could also do these cat-cow stretches from seated if you prefer. So feel free to pad the knees with a blanket if you'd like. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a moment to feel the earth beneath you. And then when you're ready, you can start to flow through some cat-cow stretches. Inhaling to open the front of the body. And exhaling to stretching around the back of the body. Just moving here at your own pace. You can start to move in any ways that would feel good to you. Making this your own, listening to your body. And then when you're finished, you can press your hips back to your heels momentarily or come and rest on your belly. So child's pose or resting on the belly for just a moment. Good. On your next inhale, go ahead and come back up to seated. We're gonna make our way down onto our backs and do some leg stretches next. But before we do that, we're gonna prepare for the shape that we're gonna come into after that, which is mountain book pose. We don't do this pose very often for only one reason. People love it when they learn how to get into it. But sometimes the getting into it is a little bit challenging. So in mountain brook pose, we want a little something underneath our knees, pillows, something like that, or we could just bend the knees, and 2 blankets. And so the first blanket is gonna go underneath our heart. So we wanna roll it up a little bit like a burrito. And if you have a really thick blanket like I do, you might not roll it all the way up. But that first blanket is gonna lay underneath your heart. And I'm gonna demonstrate this. You all do not need to get into it, but just so you can see where we're headed. The second blanket is gonna be underneath the neck and head. So it's gonna provide a little bit of just really gentle traction for the neck, just a tiny roll, and a little bit of support for the head. So this first blanket, again, a little bit of a bigger roll is gonna go under my heart. My shoulders are gonna come to rest in between the two. And then my neck is gonna spill over the second roll and my head is gonna rest on the blanket behind. So it'll look like this. And the arms can come open wide. You can either bend your knees like this or you can place a bolster underneath them, which I'll probably do when we get settled in. And so that's where we're heading after our leg work. So you can just lay your blankets off to the side. They're ready to go. We won't have to think about it quite so much. And you can take your scarf, your towel, or your strap and join me on your back. And once you're down on your back, just move in any way that would feel really good to you. You could stretch the arms long. You could stretch the legs long or wide. Maybe hug the knees in towards the chest and stretch out the low back a little bit. And then rest your feet on the floor. If you are using a prop to reach your feet, you can lay it across your belly. We'll draw the right knee in towards the chest and just start to make circles with the leg and the hip socket. And go in the opposite direction. And then bring your leg back to center. And either take hold of the back of your thigh or place your prop around the sole of the foot, extending your leg up towards the sky. The left leg can remain bent or you can extend it long on the mat. Just breathing here into this stretch. Maybe noticing where there's room to let go. Softening the muscles around the eyeballs. Swallowing to release the jaw. Or perhaps easing your grip on your leg or on the strap. And take hold of the leg with your right hand. Bring the left hand to the top of the left hip. Keep it grounded. We'll let the leg open up to the side. Good. As you breathe in, bring your leg to center. Take hold with the left hand and cross the leg over the body for perhaps a bit of a twist. Good. Breathing, come back to center. Bend your knee. Let go of the foot or leg. And if it's okay with your leg and it's okay with your back, extend the leg long on the mat and feel the difference between the two sides. When you're ready, go ahead and hug the left knee towards your chest, letting the low back unwind a bit here. We'll start to make circles with the leg in the hip socket. And go in the opposite direction. Go ahead and come back to center and place your strap around the sole of your foot, extending your leg up towards the sky. Or you could hold on to the back of your thigh instead. Take hold of both ends of the strap with your left hand. The right hand comes and rests on your right hip, keeping it rooted. We'll take the leg open to the side. Breathing in, we'll bring the leg to center. And we'll take hold of the leg with the right hand and cross it over the body for a bit of a twist. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Bending the knee, we'll remove the strap. And if it feels okay, again, relaxing both legs long on the mat, just feeling the difference that a few moments can make. And we'll bend the knees once more, giving them a hug in towards the chest, stretching out that low back and maybe rocking side to side. And there's no rush here. So as you're ready, just really gently make your way over to one side, catching your head with your hand or arm. The other hand can press down into the earth as you slowly come back up to seated. And we'll set up for mountain brook pose, which sounds really lovely, like maybe a place we might like to vacation. So remember, the bigger roll goes underneath the heart. There'll be some space for your shoulders to touch the earth between the two rolls. And the second will go underneath your neck. If you'd like to use a bolster underneath the knees or pillows underneath the knees, you can. It's not necessary. But the thing that takes some time is getting the rolls just right so they fit your body just right. So take your time settling in here, and if it's too big or too small or too firm or too soft, give yourself permission to make adjustments and then come back into it. Because we are going to be here for a little bit, and you want to feel nice and comfortable. If the shoulders don't make it all the way to the floor for whatever reason, you might tuck a little support underneath them so that they are held. Again, just making any of those adjustments that you need. So the back of the neck is in this really gentle, sweet traction. The heart gently lifting. If it's not comfortable taking the arms open wide, you can find another position for them that feels good in the body. And just settle in here with your breath. You might use the mantra, let go. Thinking the word let on your inhale and go on your exhale. Let on the inhale and go on the exhale. So that every time that your mind wanders, just very compassionately bring yourself back to your breath. Let go. Making sure we're breathing. Let go. Just a few more breaths here, allowing yourself to become that mountain brook as it flows over the rocks, the stones, the earth. And then when you're ready, you can start to bend the knees a little bit and gently roll over onto your favorite side. Again, touching your head with your arms before coming up to seated. And allow yourself to move in any way that feels good to you. A little folding forward or a little twisting might feel nice. We're going to come down onto our backs again, and we're going to do a little twist before we come into Shavasana. Definitely move the middle blanket, but if you want to leave the blanket underneath your neck, especially if it was really gentle, you could leave that for Shavasana. So when you're ready, come on down to your back and feel free to bring your pillow or bolster over onto the right side of the mat. And just pause for a moment here on your back, allowing your spine to kind of reacclimate to its shape. And we'll draw the knees in towards the chest. Okay, taking the arms wide, we'll let the knees fall over to the right. perhaps resting on our pillow or blanket. And then breathing in, we'll come to center. Pausing for a moment if we need to move our support over onto the opposite side of the mat. And then as we exhale, we'll lower the knees over to the left. Breathing in, we'll bring the legs back to center. And let's just take a moment to move in any last little ways that would feel really good to you. If a happy baby would feel nice, or a bridge pose would feel nice, you could come into those. Whatever your body is craving in this moment. When your stretching and moving feels complete, when your body says, okay, I'm ready to settle, you can start to make your way into whatever variation of Shavasana would feel good to you. You could lay on your back, you could lay on your belly or your side, legs up the wall. Just give yourself permission to settle in whatever way feels right. Adjusting hips or shoulders and asking them if they need any more support anywhere. Letting your body be warm, perhaps covering it up. When you're ready to settle in completely, you can take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Puff the cheeks out like balloons and exhale out the mouth. Softening the muscles of the toes and the feet. Allowing the calves, the shins, the fronts, the backs of the knees, and the thighs to all feel pleasantly heavy as they settle into the support beneath or behind them. Releasing the muscles of the glutes, the buttock muscles, allowing the groin to be soft and heavy. And bringing your awareness to your tailbone and just very slowly traveling up the spine, inviting the muscles of the back to soften into the support beneath them. The belly gently rises and falls with each breath in and out. The shoulder blades nuzzle underneath you, and the shoulders rest back towards the earth. The heart open. And any sense of peace or calm gained in the last hour flows down the arms and into the hands and fingertips. We might swallow once or twice, relaxing the tongue, the jaw, the throat. The eyeballs heavy in their sockets. The forehead smooth and free of any worry lines. And even the scalp of the head is at ease. Letting go with each exhale. And when it's time to wake back up from final relaxation, I will let you know. Know that you are in the comfort of your own space. And if you choose to stay right here, you absolutely can. But if you're ready to start to transition into the rest of your day, you might begin to deepen your breath. Slowly starting to bring movement into the body by wiggling fingers or toes, rolling ankles or wrists. You can let those movements grow larger and larger if you'd like. Stretching and moving in any way that feels good to you before coming over onto your favorite side, perhaps. Just reminding ourselves the importance of that lesson to let go. A reminder that if the trees didn't let go of their leaves over time, if they just stayed in an infinite state of blooming and leaf, they would actually die. So, reminding ourselves the beauty of setting things down from time to time, lightening our load just a bit. When you're ready, you can use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a seated position. Bring the hands together at heart center. Rub the hands together gently, creating that warmth and that heat. And let the hands separate. And take the hands out to the left and to the right, and imagine stepping into the circle. The left palm faces up, the right palm faces down. And we'll close our practice with 2 breaths of Om, or 2 breaths together. The first, an inhale and exhale. And the second, if you'd like, you could join me for a vibration of Om. So deep breath in. And then a breath in to begin. Bringing all of that goodness home to you. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful practice and your beautiful selves with me and with each other. The highest in me honors and sees the highest in each of you. Namaste. Thank you all so very much for joining me on this Tuesday morning. How's everybody feeling?
I feel great.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad.
I feel great.
Good. I hope that continues. Thank you for being here.
Have a victorious day.
Thank
Yes.
you. You too, Cynthia. It's good to see you. Thanks for
Good to see
being
you.
here, Mom and Carly.
Yes.
Have a great day.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.